Picture this, y'all. A tight end so fast, so freakishly talented, he could flip the Dallas Cowboys offense upside down and make them unstoppable. That's Kyle Pitts, folks. The big bad game-changer Jerry Jones might just snag to put Dallas back on top. With hands like glue and speed that leaves defenders in the dust, Pitts could be the spark Dak Prescott's been waiting for. Imagine the star shining brighter than ever with this guy hauling in passes. But here's the kicker. Can Jerry really pull the trigger and land this Texas-sized prize? Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys News NFL, where the Cowboys always come out on top. Well, at least in our hearts. Today we're riding deep into the wild world of Kyle Pitts and what it'd mean if this stud tight end saddled up with Dak and the boys. So grab a cold one, kick back, and let's talk. Some football Texas style. Who's this Kyle Pitts fella? A star born in Philly, forged in Florida, Kyle Pitts ain't just any tight end. He's a dang unicorn, and his story starts in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where he was born on October 6, 2000. Growing up, Pitts was a multi-sport athlete, but football called his name loudest. He took his talents to Archbishop Wood High School, where he started turning heads as a tight end with a rare blend of size and speed. By the time he committed to the University of Florida, scouts were already buzzing about the kid who could do it all. At Florida, Pitts became a legend. From 2018 to 2020, he played under coach Dan Mullen, evolving into one of the most dominant players in college football. His junior year in 2020 was straight-up ridiculous. 43 catches, 770 yards, and 12 touchdowns in just 8 games. He was a matchup nightmare, too big for defensive backs and too fast for linebackers. That season earned him the John Mackey Award as the nation's top tight end and a unanimous All-American nod. When the 2021 NFL Draft rolled around, the Atlanta Falcons scooped him up at number 4 overall, the highest a tight end has ever been picked. That's the kind of pedigree we're talking about. The Unicorn's toolkit standing tall at 6'6" and tipping the scales at 245 pounds, Pitts has the size of a linebacker and the speed of a wideout. Back at his Florida Pro Day, he blazed a 4.44-second 40-yard dash. Yep, you heard that right. For a big old boy like him, that's flat out absurd. He's got hands softer than a longhorn calf and a wingspan that'd make an eagle jealous, measured at 83.38 inches, one of the longest ever for a tight end. Pitts can plug balls out of the air like it's nothing and turn a short pass into a house call faster than you can say, "How about them Cowboys?" In the NFL with the Falcons, Pitts made an instant splash. His rookie year in 2021 saw him rack up 1,026 yards on 68 catches, only the second tight end ever to break 1,000 yards as a rookie behind Mike Ditka. Injuries and shaky quarterback play have slowed him since, but his 2023 season, 53 catches, 667 yards, 3 TDs, still showed flashes of brilliance. He's a mismatch machine, too big for cornerbacks, too fast for linebackers. Defenses don't know whether to double-team him or pray. And in the red zone, forget about it. He's a touchdown magnet. The one knock, it ain't all sunshine and roses, though. Pitts has had his struggles blocking. He's more of a catch-and-run guy than a gritty trench warrior. His run-blocking grades from Pro Football Focus hover in the 50s, well below elite tight ends like George Kittle. But let's be real, his strengths outweigh that nitpick. You don't draft a guy like Pitts to pancake defensive ends. You bring him in to torch secondaries and change games. How Pitts could light up Dallas Dak's new best friend. If Pitts lands in Big D, Dak Prescott's gonna be grinning wider than a steer at a barbecue. Right now, the Cowboys' offense is solid. Guys like CeeDee Lamb, 1,325 yards in 2023, and Brandon Cooks, 657 yards, keep defenses honest. But add Pitts, that's like tossing a lit match into a barrel of gunpowder. His speed stretches the field, pulling safeties deep and opening up the underneath for Lamb. His size makes him a red zone monster. Dak could lob it up and let Pitts go get it. No questions asked. Pitts would give Dak a safety valve he's lacked since Jason Witten's prime. In 2023, Dak threw for 4,516 yards and 36 touchdowns, but he leaned heavily on Lamb, 135 targets. Pitts could ease that burden, drawing 80-100 targets and forcing defenses to pick their poison. Imagine a 3rd and 6 with Pitts running a seam. Route while Lamb cuts across the middle. Good luck. Secondary. Playbook possibilities. Pitts' versatility is the real kicker. Line him up at tight end, slot, even out wide. He's a chess piece defenses can't pin down. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer could get creative, deploying Pitts in 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends, alongside Jake Ferguson. Defenses would be guessing. Is it a run with Rico Dowdle or a deep shot to Pitts? Mix in some play action and Dak could feast, hitting Pitts on crossing routes or fades. Per NFL Next Gen stats, Pitts averaged 2.1 yards of separation per target in 2023, plenty of room for Dak's pinpoint accuracy. Picture this play: Pitts in the slot, Lamb wide left, Cooks wide right. Pitts runs a corner route, drawing the safety, while Lamb sneaks underneath on a dig. Dak's got options galore and the defense is toast. With Pitts' 12.6 yards per catch average, he'd turn checkdowns into chunk plays, pushing the Cowboys' scoring average, 29.9 points per game in 2023, even higher. Hey, if y'all are loving this deep dive into Kyle Pitts turning Dallas into a powerhouse, hit that subscribe button for Dallas Cowboys News NFL. We're bringing you the good stuff every week. Drop a comment. Do you reckon Pitts is the missing piece to get Dak that ring? Comparing Pitts to the pack, let's stack Pitts up against some tight ends, Noah Fant, Jake Ferguson, and Luke Schoonmaker, and see how he measures up. Noah Fant. Currently with the Seahawks, Fant's a decent pass catcher. At 6'4" and 249 pounds, he ran a 450 40-yard dash and posted 674 yards in 2022 with Denver. He's quick and can stretch the seam, but he ain't got Pitts' freakish combo of size and speed. Fant's more of a good enough guy. Reliable, but he ain't changing games. Pitts blows him out of the water with big play juice. Jake Ferguson. Ferg's a homegrown Cowboy, and we love him for it. At 6'5" and 244 pounds, he hauled in 71 catches for 761 yards in 2023. He's got solid hands and a knack for finding soft spots in zones, but his 4.81 40-yard dash says it all. He's not in Pitts' league. Ferguson's a chain mover, not a field flipper. Pitts' athleticism and ceiling are on another planet. Luke Schoonmaker, another Dallas youngster. Schoonmaker's got potential at 6'5" and 250 pounds. He's a tough blocker, PFF run blocking grade of 68.4, and a willing receiver, but his 4.63 40-yard dash ain't touching Pitts. With just 16 catches for 149 yards in 2 seasons, Luke's a role player. Pitts is a superstar waiting to shine. Verdict: Pitts is the alpha dog here. Fant's solid. Ferguson and Schoonmaker are scrappy. But Pitts is the total package: size, speed, and swagger. He'd be the TE1 Dallas has been dreaming of since Jason Witten hung up his spurs in 2020. Do we need an OT like Jedrick Wills Jr. instead? Some folks might say, hold up, don't Dak and the boys need a stud offensive tackle like Jedrick Wills Jr. more than a fancy tight end? Fair question. A rock-solid O-line is the backbone of any offense, and Wills, the Browns' 2020 first-rounder, is a beast. Quick feet, strong hands, and a 79.2 PFF pass-blocking grade in 2023. Dallas lost Tyron Smith in 2024, and while Tyler Smith, PFF grade 85.6, and Terrence Steele, PFF grade 70.1 are solid, the line ain't what it used to be. But here's the thing. The Cowboys have poured plenty into their line already. Smith's a budding star, and Steele's no slouch. The bigger hole? A playmaker who can turn a good offense, 7th in yards ins, 2023 into a great one. Pitts fits that bill like a glove. Wills would help keep Dak upright, sure, but Pitts could transform the passing game. That's the difference. Protection's vital, but firepower wins titles. The money talk. Pitts' contract. Breakdown: what's it gonna cost? Let's get down to brass tacks. What's it gonna cost Jerry Jones to rope Pitts into Dallas for 2025? Top tight ends are cashing in these days. Travis Kelce's on a 2-year, $34.25 million deal, $17,125 million AAV, while George Kittle's 5-year, $75 million contract, $15 million AAV, set the market. Pitts, at 24 years old with sky-high upside, could fetch a deal in the $15–20 million per year range, say 4 years, $70 million total with $45 million guaranteed. That's cornerstone money for a guy who could redefine the position. Cap, crunch the cap, hit it sting. Over the cap projects Dallas with $20 to $30 million in space for 2025, assuming a $260 million cap. A $17.5 million AAV for Pitts eats up 60 to 70% of that, forcing Jerry to shuffle contracts. Zach Martin's $15 million cap hit could be restructured, and cuts like DeMarvion Overshown, $1.5 million, might free up room. Still, Pitts' impact, think 1,000 yards and 10 TDs a season, could justify every penny. Compare that to Kelce's 984 yards in 2023 at age 34. Pitts is a long-term investment. Shaking up the roster Pitts joining the Cowboys would be like dropping a boulder in a pond. Ripples everywhere. Offense gets a turbo boost. Dak's got a new best friend. Lamb gets more single coverage. He faced double teams on 28% of routes in 2023, and the run game opens up with defenses spread thin. Ferguson, TE2, and Schoonmaker, TE3, slide into backup roles, adding depth. The catch? That big contract might mean saying goodbye to a vet like Brandon Cooks, $10 million cap hit, or Michael Gallup, $8 million. Cap space don't grow on trees, but if Pitts turns Dallas into a legit NFC contender, who's going to complain? Cowboys tight end legacy, a rich history. The Cowboys have a storied tradition at tight end. Jay Novacek, 1990-95, was a 5-time pro bowler, hauling in 339 catches and 22 TDs during the dynasty years. Jason Witten, 2003-17, 2019, is a legend. Won 228 receptions, 13,046 yards, and 11 Pro Bowls. Pitts fits right into that lineage. Not a blocker like Witten, but a pass-catching phenom like Novacek on steroids. His 4.44 speed dwarfs Novacek's 4.7 range, and his catch radius outshines Witten's. He'd carry the torch with a modern twist. How Cowboys Nation would take it? Cowboys fans? They'd lose their dang minds, in a good way. We've been hollerin' for a tight end with star power since Witten's exit, and Pitts is that dude. The AT&T Stadium faithful would roll out the red carpet, tailgates would be buzzin', and number 84 jerseys would fly off the shelves. Media buzz would hit fever pitch, ESPN hot takes, Twitter meltdowns, the works. But it ain't all hugs and high fives. Pitts would have a spotlight hotter than a Texas summer. Fans would expect 1,000 yards and Pro Bowl nods right out the gate. Anything less, and the Boo Birds might chirp. Look at his Falcons tenure. 1,000 yards as a rookie, then 667 in 2023 with subpar QB play. Dallas expects greatness, and Pitts would feel the heat. Pitts and Parsons. A Texas-sized duo. Picture this. Pitts on offense, Micah Parsons on defense. Holy smokes, that's a 1-2 punch. Parsons is already a wrecking ball. 105 tackles, 14 sacks in 2023, and a DPOY runner-up. Add Pitts stretching defenses thin, and suddenly the Cowboys are controlling games on both sides. Pitts scores, think 8-10 TDs. Parsons stops them, 15-plus sacks. It's a recipe for domination. They'd be the faces of the franchise, hyping each other up and feeding off that energy. A Super Bowl? With a top 5 offense and defense, you bet your boots they could. Potential pitfalls, risks, and rewards. Signing Pitts ain't risk-free. His blocking woes could hurt in run-heavy games. Dallas ran the ball 42% of the time in 2023. If he doesn't gel with Doc or Schottenheimer's scheme, that $70 million deal looks shaky. Injuries are another red flag. He missed 7 games in 2022 with a knee issue. And if he doesn't hit 1,000 yards, fans might sour fast. But the reward? A generational talent who could lift Dallas past NFC beasts like the 49ers and Eagles. Kyle Pitts in a Cowboys uni? It's a Texas-sized dream worth rooting for. His speed, hands, and playmaking chops make him a perfect fit for Dak and this offense. Sure, he's not a maul-in blocker and the contract's a hefty bet, but the upside through the roof. He'd juice up the roster, fire up the fans, and pair with Parsons to give Dallas a real shot at glory. Maybe even that elusive 6th Lombardi trophy. Jerry's got the stones to make it happen. Let's see if he pulls the trigger. Thanks for riding with us, y'all. If this breakdown got your blood pumping for Pitts in Dallas, subscribe to Dallas Cowboys News NFL and holler at us in the comments. What's your take? Can Pitts and Dak light up the league together? Let's hear it.